Hey, hi everyone. It's Roz and Leanne, and we're still just trying to find how to do our cross posting. It's something as I was doing my backup stuff, the background stuff, not the backup stuff, the background stuff. It was supposed to be easy to find where, I'm just going to change that angle a bit, where to do the cross posting like usual. And I couldn't find it. And I realised I didn't have my events created, so I was doing that. But it is still good to be here and good to be able to do this live streaming in the first place with the technology we've got, isn't it, Leanne? Wonderful.
It certainly is. It's amazing.
Did you find it yet? Because I know you were having a look. I couldn't find where I could do it.
Yeah, I'm still looking for it. I found a lot of you with the cards.
Yes, I do. The daily one still. Yeah, I have done that. And I have changed the little logo to the one that's actually above here on the top left. But what I forgot to do is, because we are Tuesday's Intuitive Chat, it is actually this one that we're supposed to have up the top. So I've just changed it, correcting what was left off. And I've got my, don't normally have the hypnosisplus.com.au sitting at the bottom, although I have done lately, haven't I? That's just who the sponsor is. Me as my business, Hypnosis Plus. So for this show. And we would love to have you sharing it around, spreading the love that we're here and live. I still can't sort of see. We've got Sharon Roney. Hi, how are you? And we've got Tennille Jade here already. Now, I'm not sure. I presume that is from the mytimetv.live, but I'm finding it a bit difficult to actually have the page open properly in the background. Mine's just going and doing the twirly. So
yeah, I'm having trouble finding it, so I'm just actually going to try it on my computer. So
right,
it looks like I'm looking at the camera more. So
oh yeah. I'm assuming that I am in that Facebook in the mytimetv.live page. Be interested, like girls, or people, there might be some men watching. If you could just let us know if you're on the My Time page.
I can see it's on the My Time page.
It's got to be, doesn't it? Because that's all that's showing up. Oh, look, I'm just... it's just got me a little baffled how the Facebook is reacting and doing things at the moment. So
it's got me baffled too.
So, and we've got Lynn who's popped in now as well. So, Sharon, you have shared the love. Yeah, feeling a bit anxious today. Yes, you can have a card when we get to that point of it, so that's fine. And Tennille, you're also wanting a card, so that's good. At least we know we are on the right page. It's that cross-posting factor, which normally I can find easily enough and do. Hi, Ali, how are you? And Bianca, you're here with us today as well, so thank you for that. Yeah, Sharon is definitely on the My Time page. I suspected that is where these are coming in from, because you are showing up so that I can put them on the screen, but background, I don't know.
It's just really strange for us because we are live on My Time TV, I can see that. But obviously Facebook are going through changes again.
So we can't cross-post whilst live or something?
Well, I can't even get to go into the Creator Studio or where we actually do the cross-posting from here. It's really weird. The dots are gone.
Edit video. I just saw something that did pop up. It looks like it may be. Let's have just.
That's another way I can do it. Thanks for the reminder.
Thank you so much, peoples that are there being very patient, waiting for us to do this. Oh, I think I have Hypnosis Plus, Leanne Winston Psychic Medium, Live Video Hub,
and found it.
And Ros Boundy.
Body, Mind and Spirit.
Which is the other one? Yeah, it's not showing up on my list. You might have to do it.
Right.
that one.
We worked
Remember
that out
last week we didn't have that show?
Yeah.
So I've got it cross-posting to other pages now, and I'm going to just get out of that so that I've got the full screen ready to go and uninterrupted. So, thank you, people, for being so patient. We've got Michaela. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so wonderful. And we've got Bianca here. Get my notifications. Yeah. So,
cool.
yeah, that's a great way to do it. So that's a good reminder for anyone that is watching as well. Hit that notification button so that whichever page you're on, that you get notifications for anything that's posted on that page pretty much. I know that at some point we'll be working on the chatbot systems that we use so that we get that right, that you can opt in to actually get reminders. I think that's still possible, isn't it, Leanne?
Yeah. As far as I know, it is.
But it's something that still needs a bit of tweaking, I gather. For the My Time page, it does. But each of us can possibly have our own chatbots on our own pages. I still haven't nutted that one out.
We need to play, don't we, Ros?
Yeah, and it's all to do with the different varieties. I'm just going to move myself over a little bit. I just realised I just like to have my little owl there in the picture and the little light.
Cute.
I just like that. So it's the way I like my background. And being able to look out the window and know that I'm almost looking at you. The way we've done it this morning, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Gee whiz, it's been a week since we've done this. I mean, naturally, it's a weekly show.
Where's the time gone?
Yeah, it comes around so fast. And I'm thinking, what have I done in the meantime? I've sort of done a lot.
Yeah.
But it's mostly the background stuff, setting up my website. I'm trying to get that going, the Ros Boundy one, not the Hypnosis Plus, the Ros Boundy one. So it's interesting doing all that sort of background work. And I suppose a lot of what we do in between our week really is a bit more of the background, isn't it? So
it really is.
Well, the work side, I like because it's fun.
That's it, exactly. Yeah. And it's funny because I was listening to a business coach thing video that came up in my emails the other day, and I thought I'll just have a look and see what she's got to say on this video. And she talks about the 80-20 rule, where it's 80% of being present on Facebook, marketing, talking to people and stuff like that without even sort of seeing your clients and stuff, and 20% would be putting your systems and stuff in place. So there is really so much that we do in the background. And like for me, like we've just signed the contract with the publishers and stuff like that. I think today's a date that everything's got to be finalised until and by memory. But, I'm trying to write courses in the background. I'm sending you stuff to edit and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It really is crazy. I love it, but at the same time, it's amazing how much time I've actually learnt to put aside to do what needs to be done outside of seeing clients and stuff like that. So it's just finding a balance.
It is, isn't it? And really the picture that goes through my mind as we continue onward in each and every day, and I suppose I'm a little more aware of it because I'm doing those daily card spreads, that there is something fresh that seems to turn up each day, and yet there can be that repetition and the continuance from the previous day in what needs to still be done. But it's like the the picture in my mind is that duck swimming away underwater. You can imagine the legs just swim, and yet they still glide as calmly as anything over the calm waters mostly. But they're still, you don't see all of that effort that's beneath when they're swimming. And like the card, because of the Lenormand deck that I do use, being that bear one, that's the same sort of imagining that I see, because they swim as well, and you don't always see the paddling. Dogs, you see dog paddle, well, their back legs are going too. You can just see their front legs, and you sort of there's so much that does go into what we do that no one else sees.
Yeah, that's it. And I don't know why Spirit's bringing that up, but in saying that, I think, and for me, I've had to learn to set my boundaries, because doing what we do, I have found that could be 7 days a week and not get a break, sort of thing. And it's funny because, like, I've tried to get into the habits of, especially by this COVID stuff and all these expos and stuff aren't on, and I am going to be picky which ones I'm doing moving forward.
Yeah.
Mind you, Roz, did you get the email about Mount Gambier yesterday from
Oh,
Miracles?
no.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to you about that one after.
Yes,
But
okay. No.
it is,
Well, I haven't seen it, put it that way yet. I haven't looked, probably. Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Yep.
But it's funny though, because I've actually got into the habit while we've had these last 2 or 3 months of all this energy going on, and to go, right, okay, I'm working between this time and this time through the day. I'm having my weekends off and actually having physical family time, which has been amazing, because that's one thing
Yep.
I have lacked for a lot of years, sort of thing, with my
Yep.
husband and I working different businesses and different jobs and stuff like that. So, but it's funny though, my shop phone, must have turned the ringer up, or I bumped it or something.
Yep.
It rang 3 times on the weekend. Once on Saturday, twice on Sunday, and I'm just like, my husband's going, "Aren't you going to answer that?" I went, "No, it's the weekend. It's Saturday, it's Sunday."
Yeah.
And it was a really incredible thing to take my power back and sit there and go, bugger the phone. I'll check those messages on Monday, because if they need to, they'll leave me a message, and then I'll ring them back. So yeah. So it is. It's really we need to set our boundaries. We need to, where our limits are in whatever we are doing.
Yeah, and that is so true. Now, there is a lot of, I'm just going to flick through these at the moment, because these are a lot of the questions. Thank you so much for being so detailed in what you're asking, and just saying hello to the names, like the people who are behind the names, and an acknowledgement of a thank you for being part of what is this show. And they're so long, some of them, which is good. I like the detail. But to just flip in and say hello at the moment, that's all I'm doing at the moment. Because I think that's part of an important thing you just mentioned, as far as in the type of work that we do. It can be something that does go across the boundaries of timelines, because it's so easy to pick up a phone, send a message, or ring. I had a similar incident through the weekend myself, and I thought I didn't quite make it to take the call. But then as I looked, I thought, no, that's one of those that I'm not going to answer at this point. It can be through a weekday type of, the boundary, the limit, and starting to do that for myself, because I haven't always done that either. I do readings on the weekends, but it's pre-organised pretty much. And sometimes potluck, it will be that I will be able to do them. It just depends. But I don't want to be picking up in times that I want to be with family or other things, like you said. It is important to spend time for ourselves and nurture what we need, and do for ourselves pretty much. Yeah. So Bianca is in here as well too. So it was just one of those things. Congratulations on the contract as well being signed. And it's going to be a wonderful journey here on in with becoming that published author, that, producing what you're moving forward and into as something new, newish for you. I dare say you've actually been writing over time for a fair while, but just not got to that point of, I think it's about time I get it published. It's happening. Yay.
Yeah. This project started, I've got like 3 different pieces of that are possibly books sort of thing, but this project actually started in October, and it's a joint venture with a beautiful friend as well. But and it's funny because we signed the contract a couple of weeks ago, and it was like, oh, how exciting. And then because of today's day, it's like, okay, we've done it. And now it's just like, and when you just said that, it was like, oh my God, that really resonated. It was like, oh, this is scary. It's the unknown, but it's exciting at the same time. So,
yeah.
Journey.
Yeah. I mean, I sometimes think of that as I see the cards coming through with new things to try, get the ideas out there and the rest. Anything that you're taking up that's new can be, it's like shit the pants, scary stuff, but it's the exciting. It
Oh,
really is that, that energy of moving forward. It does raise that level of what's ahead because
yeah,
it's something new. It's something, well,
yeah,
exciting.
it
And
is.
but it's that challenge of moving things forward, of growing and
Mm.
into that. It's not that comfortable space here that it used to be. I can't hide my head anymore. I'm in
Yeah.
this and I'm moving forward, and it's going to progress and blossom
Mm.
as it should, because it's something that's worthwhile doing. Otherwise you wouldn't do it.
That's it.
It's got all of that potential in front, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is. And the funny thing is, I'm a big believer in these days in just trust and surrender. If something is meant to be right, it will flow. And I can't believe
Mm,
how quickly this project, like some of my other writing I've been working on for 2 or 3 years, and
yeah.
one of them sat in the cupboard out or the drawer, and I haven't even touched it for probably 18 months type of
Mm.
thing. And the other one's probably a little bit shorter, but still. And then this new project started, and it's just all flowing. So I can't believe how quickly something like this can come together, but it's meant to be. So
Yeah, and I think too, hi Dee, it's when you know that it's in, things are
mm,
managing to slot in place and progress. I wouldn't say easily, but they do progress and it feels right and it's
yep,
in the flow. It's pretty much that indication that you are in flow with spirit, in purpose to what you're actually meant to be doing,
yeah,
because that's where with your inner knowing, it, you just know it is right for you and that guidance is moving you along. It really is that stream that has found its path and moving, to its destination, whether that be the bigger ocean or
yeah.
whether it's just to a lake. Regardless, it's got that progression that's going to move you into bigger things. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be great fun.
So am I.
Being part of the journey, like anyone else that's
Yeah.
here, the opportunities will rise to buy the books, buy the cards, buy whatever it is that's the options. It's
Yeah.
progressing forward. And that in itself is that learning process on behalf of those who read and use whatever those tools are going to
Yeah.
be,
That's
because
it.
there'll be more.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I'm just getting notifications that my day 7 of my 14-day challenge is ready. So it's like I'm getting emails to say my own course.
Stuff's there.
I just love the timing and stuff.
Oh, isn't it perfect? And
Right.
that's a funny one for the cards that I had this morning as the outcome. That the outcome card in the center of the spread was the time. It's the time card, and it was perfect time, and that's what it is. It's perfect timing for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so much that in hindsight really is a good gift, and you can look back so many times when you've really been in tune with spirit, how much has been that perfect timing, how much actually has been that perfect guidance,
Yeah.
and whatever, how we tune in. The fact that we do need to be aware and tune in too. It's not just a matter of things falling into your lap. We still
No.
need to be doing, don't we?
Yeah. We still make things happen and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's good. Now, I'm just going to put that reminder on again once more so that we can get it sharing out. And I think we probably will start with some of the cards. I actually have 4 different decks sitting here, but only the Lenormand is sitting with it out of the box.
Yeah. I've got mine on my desk as well.
I'm thinking, do I pick one of the other ones? I've actually got this deck. I have no idea what they're like. It's been so long since I've used some of these. That one, the Soul Oracle cards. I thought, well, I might just popping into having a couple of these, but I have a funny feeling with this deck, it might be something that tends to, whoops. This is how long since I've used that. The cards aren't coming out. Sorry for the noise. I have no idea what they're like, so I might even pull one or two out of them when I do them.
We'll Actually, I got a parcel yesterday in the mail that's got half a dozen packs of cards in it. I haven't even opened them yet. But mind you, some of those are ordered for a client. So.
Oh, yeah. Look, there's so many different tools. I'm actually going to go right back up to the top where we first had the hellos and the rest, and because it's how I like to do it. So, Sharon, you're going to get the first one of these soul cards, and I might even just pick out, or what deck are you using? Well, you do one out of what you're using. I do one out of this soul.
The liniments were on my desk, so that's what I grabbed.
Well, you do that one, and I'm going to put mine aside and just go like that. And I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
Make no judgments. Now, let's see if they pair up with what you've got in this one, and they'll be a combined reading. How's that?
It sounds good.
So what are you getting from the moon and making no judgments?
So to me, it's a feeling, honey, that things are starting to align for you. So that scares you a little bit. So to me, I get the reference to the anxiety is coming from that shift of energy that you don't understand, sort of thing. So just breathe through it, go with it, and just allow it to take its shape. But I do feel things are balancing out for you.
And go with the flow. That's what I just got with that. As I took that breath, it was go with the flow. Yeah. They're actually from, I didn't give us a look properly at it, did it? Sonia Coquette. I would have had this deck from way back in 2006 when I was doing what at that time was my mini business. It was part of what I did as my therapies, as well as a book nook that I was part of initiating at Harndorf, of all places, at Kindred Spirit there, as part of it was the way that we'd structured it. And I used to I did the books, as in reading books and, well-being, self-help, all those types of books, esoteric ones, astrology, lots of different things. And I'd go down the list of what the actual, what do you call them, distributor would be sending through for their material. And I'd just go, I'd like that. And I'd just pick them like that. And so many of them, when I finished with that business, I do still have a reasonable amount of stock of it. So that would have been one of those, wow. And they were at that time something that I was actually using as well for a short time. Really quite an interesting deck of cards. So probably at some point I'll be listing them as pre-loved on a website because I'm running out of space to put everything still. So, or sending them on to a secondhand bookstore that they can do similar. It's one of those things at times you decide, and here we have a card for Tennille as well. It's one of those things we decide different things at different times in life that we need to be doing, and that's what I did then. And this one is also revisiting. You revive the dormant. So you're actually still progressing on something that you've let go and put in the background, and you're actually needing to bring it back into your forefront and actually work at that, because the bear that I'm seeing Leanne hold is relevant to that. As we were talking at the start, that paddling, doing the background work that nobody else sees and working on whatever you're needing to bring forward to be that focus for now. Do you get anything else for that set?
Well, Spirit's actually just sort of telling me also that we don't need to keep paddling. We just need to shine and move forward. So if you want to give yourself permission to actually step up rather than just keep paddling, you will. So now's the time to do it. The way the universe is, now is the time to make those changes.
So it feels like a reawakening there happening for you,
definitely.
Tennille.
So to me, it's something in the past that you've tried to do before and it hasn't worked, or it's been too hard and you've put it to the background. Now it's coming back out.
Great, isn't it? So we've got Bianca asked next for a card. I did skip past Ali because that Hi Ladies was in the first one, and she's coming up shortly in the next comment, I think. Yes, exactly. So you've got yours floating around on the ground there, have you?
Mine went flying. And I love what it is too.
I've got to put this one that way. So for Bianca, tune out distractions. Your turn first.
Okay, so I would focus on the love, honey, whether love for yourself or love for another, but I do feel like that energy is coming together and we are meeting in the middle with that side of it. So focus on you and what that brings. Okay.
And it certainly is with the tuning out distractions that you've got that snake, and that I'm feeling is a bit of a relevance to that, the Garden of Eden reference, and being trying to be conned out of or into something that, no, don't be distracted by any other thing that's the bright, shiny object. It really is about you and tuning in at that heart space.
And I've just been drawn to the number 1, which is around new beginnings too, honey. So something.
I just realised they've got numbers in there. There is a number there. 16.
Okay. 16.
Breaks down to 7. Yeah.
And the one that's 8. Financial.
Now we've got Ali asking for her card.
Hey, honey.
I'm hoping that you're like those who are watching, that you are actually enjoying just having this as a slightly different way we're doing it this morning.
Yeah.
straight cards paired up from 2 different sources. And remember to be on the mytimetv.live page as well. Now that we managed to do that cross-posting, be on the mytimetv.live page. Okay?
Yeah.
Whoops.
So maybe I'll put one card on that side.
Oh, seek hidden treasure and good luck. Oh, wow.
Oh, they go well together.
Yeah. Have a look at that. Got the good luck clover and seek hidden treasure. Are you getting anything extra?
Yeah. I think there's new changes coming, honey, and I get the opportunity that comes with that, and it feels really exciting.
Yeah. And I've just noticed, and I'll just put that out of my hand. See how those little things look like trumpets? It almost feels like that, putting it out as, a trumpet call. You know, in the medieval times, they do the trumpets to announce something big coming up.
Yeah. So, Ali, what are you working on, honey?
And yes, Michaela. We haven't done Michaela's before, have we?
Honey, I did see your message earlier about your dad. I think it was a stroke or something.
I'm just going to try and find that because I was aware there was that extra as well. So I had a struggle.
Yeah. So I'm sending Dad lots of love and healing too, honey, but I think it's going to be okay.
That Daisy really struggles. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of that is Dad's so used to being independent, and now that the body has sort of pulled him up, I do get the frustration there for him as well. So I think it's just important to remind him to stop and breathe, okay? Just try to relax. I know it's hard when that independence is taken away and they feel their body is letting them down.
I'm just going to pull a card for him as well, and how appropriate retreat. It's recovery will just take time, and it does mean retreating, but there's not that also in its own has its own purpose of being able to allow that full repair recovery.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nurturing within.
And with the child there, it's actually almost rediscovering some of those things that in our adultness we sometimes forget, and it's almost like a new adventure. So I feel that it probably will be feeling like a new adventure for him. Scary, but on some levels exciting too. So good. Now we've got, I think, if you'd like to do Natea's, if you want to do a card or not. I'm just sort of thinking, I don't think she actually needs the card, but the message.
No, I agree. Okay, honey, for some reason I need to acknowledge July this month. So to me, I feel like there's importance around July. He's making reference to whether it's a birthday or a celebration, but I do feel the focus is on this month with things going on with that, okay? Dad's got his hand on his heart, which is my sign for love and pride for yourself as well, okay? I feel that you're missing him more than normal at the moment. So whether it's around that anniversary or a birthday or a celebration that Dad would be normally involved in, I just get he has been very much on his mind. I just got told that when his those memories of Dad or those things that pop in your mind that remind you of Dad, that is his soul with you at that time. And I feel that's been happening a bit lately. So please know that he is very much around you and is letting you know that he is there. Okay. So I will leave you with his love. Oh, it's sneaking in a second question, was she?
There was that effort. And I thought I will show it, but then just mention one question. Not just to pass it by, but yeah, look, it means that then we can actually move on to more, because there are new questions coming in all the time when we do our sessions. So love it. Any messages from a best friend or Dad, please? I feel I do need to pull a card, but if you're receiving anything first up there, Leanne, we appreciate
I've got a cancer reference or something like moving through the blood. So whether that was your best friend, I just feel like here one moment, gone the next. But I do feel there was something going on before your friend's passing with that side of it. I get peaceful with both energies. So to me, I get the reference to very much at peace in that side of it as well. My feeling is I'm not sure who I'm with this one, but all of a sudden it's like the two energies have just merged together. But I get the reference to there were a lot of things left unsaid. My feeling is it's probably in with both of them, but I get the reference to it's just about trusting your intuition, trusting what you feel in yourself, because I feel those words are being spoken after their passing.
And as I pulled this card and had a peek, to me, it just came to mind, oh, what wonderful memories to bring forward. So that's what I was feeling when Leanne was speaking, and this card was what it's been given. I'm feeling from both, really, from actually all the energies. There's wonderful memories that will resurface and give you that joy. So grief isn't always about sadness. It can be about joy and having those memories brought forward. Oh, we've done Makadas because that was with her dad's stroke.
My goodness, got things beeping everywhere. Sorry.
I just remembered as I heard that, I thought, oh, yep, aeroplane mode on the phone. Whoops. I'm hoping that the iPhone doesn't do things, because I'm still not quite familiar with that. I did get a new iPhone, and it took an hour and a half to sort out the restore from previous backup that I didn't let go for long enough, apparently, and couldn't reverse. And it was a long time on the phone. But the guy really helped very well. So here's my new iPhone. It's just a phone like anything. Do you like my wallpaper I chose? I love it. The little owl. It's an owl. Beautiful. Oh, hang on. I'll just try and do that again. Yeah. I had one of my grandies on it, and then I thought, no, I just want to change, so I did. I was starting to remember how to use an iPhone again. They're not that difficult to use, but I'd mucked up the setup, so there you go. Here we've got a card coming up. Oh, we've got that one come up again for Kel. For Kel, there we go. Seeking hidden treasure. So I'm feeling that there's actually stuff that you've left laying around that if you actually started to look, it'll turn up as those wonderful rediscoveries and what you're needing to do. Oh, you've got the dog. Wonderful.
Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah. So the friendship being the closeness. But I also get it is the number 10. I can read it right the right way. New beginnings as well. So with the discovery of the treasure. It's going to help. But it's going to create something new in your life. Okay.
And I'm feeling the trust too, as far as with the loyalty of the dog. because that's what they do show us, a really good trust and loyalty in us as their masters, and we need to trust them as well to guide us into those new pathways sometimes. Now, Stacey, hi to you both. What do you see with my work? Will I stay, continue at current place, or return to my other school in future? So let's have.
I'm actually drawn to current place.
I'm thinking a stay there, but let's just see what a card might give you. And there you go, live from your spirit. Aha, what do you take from the fox? Whoa.
I kind of feel the other places behind you. There's the staying of where you are at the moment. So to me, it's a feeling you're looking back on that, but you're heading in a different direction.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and trust it, there's another one that's actually relative to trust as well, trusting your spirit and what you're feeling is your first instinct with it as well. So, yeah. And we've got a Alice. Yeah. Anyway, her grandmother passed away last week. Oh, has she got any messages for us?
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Straight away, I got she was tired. She was ready to go. So to me, I get the feeling she had been ready to go for a little while with that. I kind of feel like she's given you the heads up that was coming. So whether there was something in what she said or she did that a couple of weeks prior that gave people the feeling that it had got close. It was close in that way. But I just get a very proud lady. And I feel that she was meant by others. So I do get there's a male reference and a mother reference there with her. So whether her grandfather had already passed and it was him meeting her as she passed over, but also her mum is the reference I get there. So very much at rest, very much at peace. So a dear lady is the reference I get.
Yeah. And the card that popped out, which nearly fell out, live your soul, not a role. So it's it's a different way of actually living with, within what your spirit guidance is, because our soul will follow what the guidance is anyway at that deep level. So not to actually put yourself in that place of someone else's expectations or what they want you to do. It's your spirit guide, your soul, not the role. Oh, I like that card. Interesting. Yeah. So.
And that can even come around grieving as well. So whether you're sort of struggling with the grief or you're expected to grieve in a certain way, it's to me, I want to say honor you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. From the soul. Danica, hi ladies. Any work-related changes coming my way? Good, bad. Also, is anyone around me? Now, there's 2 questions. I keep seeing everything in groups of 4 at least. I notice small groups of 4, animals, people, the number. It's prominently showing itself for the last few weeks. That would be significance if you're having that repetition of the numbers showing up. I can't quite remember the numerology of 4.
Angels are with you around the 4. The 4s are all to do with the angel energy.
Yeah, so work-related changes. That's interesting. You've got to take a step back. So I'm feeling probably, an abundance. Taking a step back to actually really look at what you're actually, what is it that you're looking for from your work? What do you want to be doing within your work? Is it something that you do really want to have change? It's almost on what I'm feeling is the be careful what you wish for type of a mode of things. But it feels like it's just like the cycle, as there's that oval effect there. It's things that go round come round, but you can still work it differently, even if it feels like it's the same. It's a progress that's still going to occur.
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
Pretty much the same. I had to smile because when you said it's like an oval, I get drawn to the fish swimming in all different directions and going around and around. So it's in the timing too, honey.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I think if you're looking at it with that positive mindset too, well, it's going to be good. If you're looking at it with the negative mindset, you're going to think or feel that it's bad. And really, there's no judgment on it. It's what it is, and you can make it what it is too. So,
and I think that's really important for everybody at the moment is if you're going to sit in that positive mindset, it is going to be so much more positive. But if you want to bring up that negative, with the way the universal energy is at the moment, it's going to heighten whatever mode you're sitting in. And I think that's why it's been perfect timing with the 14-day mindset challenge going off at the moment, because through that process, it's got people sort of acknowledging where their mindset is and looking at how to change that. So,
and that very fact, it is possible to change it. Sometimes I think it's not. Yeah. So we've got Bianca. We haven't done Bianca yet. No.
We acknowledged her earlier, though.
Yeah. Any messages for me? I'm wanting some guidance on a project I've been working on for some time. It's also me and my partner's anniversary. Happy anniversary. And your birthday in 2 weeks. Anything for that? Well, it's the one or the other. Anyway, it's the project we're doing this on. Project. Yeah. Ooh, retreat.
Yeah.
I'm feeling take a back seat and let someone else do the leading in the project.
Yeah. So you've got the ideas. To me, it is the feeling of taking that back seat and just ride that energy out through. So to me, I get the reference to when you do that. This is going to bring new beginnings, okay, because you've got the one at the top there. It's about finding balance in it as well. So I think that's really important to keep that balance as you go through.
And that is a 33, the number there. So double number 3, good one to have too. So
master number.
Yeah, it is. And it will progress well. Now we've got Dee who's saying hello, because I don't think I actually showed these ones before. And Dana, I'm well. I'm pretty sure Leanne is.
Yeah.
And Dee, you would like to have a card. So
beautiful.
Just do a general one. Whoops. These cards are so big to shuffle, they slip sometimes out of my tiny hands. That's why I like the Lenormand deck. They're smaller.
Yeah. It's amazing how easy they are to flow in your hands.
Yes. Oh, don't push the envelope. So that's interesting, especially with the coffin.
Yeah. So just take your time and let this energy to flow. But I also feel like it's going to bring financial flow with it as well.
Okay. You look at all that energy around the man in this picture. Wonderful. Definitely. Just don't push it. It will flow naturally.
Yeah. How good are they together, the energy around the gentleman, and then you've got all this breath work here in the Lenormand card as well.
Yeah, gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hearing that, I reckon. So wonderful. Head there, even though, coffin you look at and think, oh no, but it's not.
No, that's it. People quite often think of death as the end. A lot of the time it's something that's coming to an end with a new beginning. Sort of thing. Not just that's it, it's final.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. It certainly is. It's that cycling of, because there is not an end to the energy flow. Yeah. We sometimes just think that because what we're planning has an end goal, that's it, and it's not. The continuation of life, past death even. Yes. Yeah. Ashley's saying,
all the way from Canada. Hope you're doing well, honey.
Any messages? Made a mistake. I'm wondering if my sister's disappointed. Or a card for guidance. Do you want to do this cardless?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Honey, it's not a mistake. I get you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, but I do feel that it's not a mistake. It's a learning curve. So I want to say, think about, you did exactly what you needed to do in that moment, okay? When you've stepped back out of that energy, it might not feel so right, but what is the lesson in it, okay? That stuff had to come up for a reason. So to me, it's a feeling it's shifting a lot of things as well. I don't feel that your sister's disappointed. It's about how you move forward from here. So to me, it's about your next action after making that change that you feel is a mistake, all right? You're right where you need to be, okay? It's going to be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I feel strongly about that. I feel like I just need to go, hey, listen here, you.
Yeah. And when it comes down to it as well, honestly, someone else's opinion of what they're feeling, what they're experiencing, it's theirs, not what you should be taking note of. It's how you're reacting and how you feel about situations. And you might, like Leanne said, you might feel it's a mistake, but it's not, because everything is. It's perfect timing. It's perfect everything. Oh, I was wondering where the mower sound was coming from.
Oh, it's a mower, is it?
Yeah, Tony's outside mowing. He knows I'm doing this, but hey, that's okay. Men are interesting creatures.
They are. Yes. Yeah, and it's funny because that conversation with Ashley has actually, last week when I had my healing, because I like to go and maintain myself once a month, it was really funny because that sort of subject came up about why everything happens and stuff like that, and give gratitude. So I think that there's two things I really want to go live with. One's going to be politics and racism and base, which I think will happen when the time is right. But maybe that's what I can do this afternoon, is on that subject of why things happen.
Yeah. No, but exactly. Things do fall into place in the right time of when the timing's right. That's when we do the lights or whatever we do. Those steps.
Exactly.
It's that trusting. We had the dog card earlier for one of the girls, and it really is that trusting guidance, whether it's that level or whether it's direct with spirit, our soul, whichever way we operate, just trust it. So, yeah. And a card for Tennille. Wasn't watching. That means we did do one. Does it? Let me have a look. I'm just going to whizzy back right back. Did we? Yes, we did. So, Tennille, you have to go back and watch the replay. Sorry. Because I think that's where, being aware, being vigilant, knowing that things fall in the right place and the rest, that's also part of what the process is. If you're not watching, you're not being aware. That in itself is its own little lesson of if you're in a stream chat and you're watching something, you can't expect to have, you can't, I suppose. It depends what our boundaries are and how we're setting them. So that in itself is, no, we're not going to go and give you another one, because you need to go back and watch the replay. Or be vigilant next time that through the show, it is only an hour. An hour goes by actually very fast.
It does.
I sort of think, we need to be responsible for our own actions as well in what we're doing. And I know some people do set this as they listen rather than watch. And by the time you get to click on the video part to see, what's happened, it's gone past. Well, that's, sorry, you missed your opportunity. You need to actually, it's putting full attention to something and not multitasking, because actually multitasking isn't a true statement. You're doing only one thing at a time. It's just that sometimes we do it so fast. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So at the same time, honey, where you needing to be more present in your life. So look, when you watch the replay at what those cards were that came out, take that into mind as well. Okay.
Yeah, and the thing too with replay, just thinking on that as well, you're actually choosing the time that you are actually going to be fully present with that moment of watching the replay. And if you look at it, it's about 3/4, I don't know what time it was, look at about the halfway mark, and that's about where your card might have been read. So I like the little duva. As that little slider goes along, it gives you the timeline. Hi, Leanne. Do you have any feeling in the gender of our next baby? You can go with that one.
Boy, I see blue around that, honey. So, yeah.
Good. See, that one was an easy one. Now these are your cards. Theses. That's an interesting word. Theses. Thanks, Sharon. I like that it's there, but I've sort of lost where was that we were talking about what at the time? Same with Ellie. How far back were we talking about what?
Ellie she got the luck card and the treasure. I remember that. That felt really exciting.
Oh, and Tracy was on the wrong page. Oh, good reminder. Remember to be on the mytimetv.live page.
Yeah. Lucky you're here now, honey.
Yes. So she's wanting a card because we haven't done hers before because it's the first time I've seen that lovely little avatar. Rather cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
And what you've got is the mice, and I've got rejuvenate.
Okay.
Hey, what a good combination.
I reckon. So, honey, it's time to hang in there. It's time to focus on you and nurture you. Okay.
Especially with the rejuvenate there, because the mice, if you see some of the details in that card, are lots of abundant food and things there that they're actually taking advantage of the resources that they've got around them at the time. And rejuvenation is about taking advantage of the resources that you have so that you can actually rejuvenate, feed the soul, feed the spirit, feed the body, and pamper yourself. So, and as you see all those doves catering to the needs of, well, the being in that pot type thing, it's a cycle of absolute, like you're being looked after. So that's what I'm sensing from that. And that's from self and others as well. So allow it to happen.
As Ross is saying that, I think a lot of us need to do that at the moment. It's a perfect time to do that. Yeah.
And I'm just, you know how this thing scoots off as you're just about to do the mouse? Whoops. Let's start it again. I thought I'd put up Ali's response. Thank you, ladies. It's a lot in the works at the moment. That was the encouragement I needed, that you're on the right path. Absolutely. Great to have that, isn't it? Anita, you would like to have a card too. So quickly doing that one.
So what's going on? You hear that beep on my computer? Or is it just in my ear?
No, well, that's all I'm hearing is my thing. Oh, got retreat again.
And the house, the home.
Wow. Oh, I just noticed there's a dog and a, oh, shit, what? Whoops. I do say some words that shouldn't be. No, that's almost, that's almost a lion and what looks sort of like a fox sort of thingy. So interesting animal creatures there retreating. Some time at home.
Yeah. Find that balance, take that time, switch off the rest of the world and just go within.
Yeah, and have a look at how she is sort of semi-floating in that picture. It looks blissful. Yeah. Love it.
That's what I feel like I'm doing when I went, it's just that floating sort of feeling.
That is gorgeous. So, yeah. And, Nita was on the wrong page today as well. So, reminder, mytimetv.live at 10:30 on Tuesdays. Michaela is saying thank you.
You're welcome.
Ashley's saying hi to Danica. Can I have a card, please, from Lynn Puff, dearly? I'm interested to know what the puff is from. Lynn. Wonderful. That came up again, so it's relevant for more than just the one person today.
For sure. Wow. So for this one, I think it's actually more about getting away and retreating in that side of it, honey. I do feel there are new beginnings. I feel like I'm processing something that has come to an end, though, with that side of it. So, but I also look at the financial structure around that as well.
I'm feeling too with the good foundation, because the Tower card really does present with good foundations for that you're retreating. It's building those. It's going to build that foundation for what's next.
Yeah, love it. It feels good.
And Lynn says thank you. And Dana, am I hearing spirit or people? Is Lydia being genuine?
Spirit, honey.
I'm feeling that too.
Trust your instinct when it comes to Lydia. Okay, you've got them. It's trust them.
I feel it is. Yeah.
Keep in mind that the universal energy is quite heightened at the moment.
Very active. Yeah,
You're welcome,
it is.
honey.
Thanks from Stacey. Thank you from Cal. Fur baby, he's my shadow. Oh, that's wonderful, isn't it? Because mine is too. She's sitting behind me here already. Still, could I have a card, please, from Sarah? I did manage to actually let her in before the show started, so she loved that.
About stuff. I must tell you, I wake up at 10 o'clock, so it was a rush to have a shower. I'm thinking, I woke up early and my body was aching. I don't know how I felt back to sleep.
Oh, yeah, because I do the day. Yeah, because I do the daily one, I wake up earlier than 10. I can tell you, I think it was 5:30 this morning. Not that I needed to be that early, but it just happens. Yeah. So for you, Sarah, it's an interesting one from this deck, the grieve your losses. So there's, I like the looking out the window. Do I feel sad or not? I'm not feeling a depth of sadness, but sorrow. It's an interesting difference. What are you feeling?
When the
you've got bear as well.
Grieving, it doesn't necessarily mean about loss or death. It could be letting go of those things as in a way as well. So to me, with the bear, I get the feeling it is about reflection, giving gratitude, and keep going in that direction. So letting go of the past, having closure.
Yeah, because I'm seeing more the window and as if looking out. Like you said, reflection. Yeah, it's that part of it. So that's where I don't feel sad. It's just a sorrow.
No.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully that's helpful for you, Sarah. And Dee is saying thank you and love and light to everyone there. Now I've done some of those. I'm not going to put up every comment. Fantastic message, Sarah, with the fantastic messages today I got out of today's live. So I'm assuming that might have been the daily one that I do. Thank you, if that was what you were referring to. Now, Carly, hi, ladies. I've been researching and will continue to do so for a new venture. Can you tell me if it will be as successful as I anticipate despite the competition?
I think it will. Just what you do is make sure you stand out, okay? So do things a little bit differently to others and be good at what you do and stand out. So, and I get the feeling you're going to reap the rewards, but remember to take that time for you.
Well, that's interesting because I was getting the but no, there's one aspect of it there's a definite no for it. So you'll know which area that is. I'm actually feeling it's that competition side. No to comparing yourself to other people. Just choose your uniqueness and bring that forward. So that's what I'm feeling with that, because all of that's in the picture itself looks really beautifully creative and standoutish. So that's what I'm feeling. Yeah, and what you've got with the parts is standing out.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. I honestly, for myself, lately I've been going through a lot of changes and stuff, and the way I'm redesigning myself and stuff like that, recreating, I guess is probably the better word. I'm at the stage where I'm sick and tired of all the crap in this industry. I don't want to be associated with that anymore. I just want to do my thing. I want to do it at the best I possibly can and stand out in the way that I do it. So I kind of feel that energy is where you're at, honey. When you look at the competition and stuff, it's not about just being in that crowd, and there could be a lot of tension and unsettled energy. For me, I like to think that part of this the stuff that I've been feeling like, and this, I could be wrong, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but for me, I kind of feel like it's being back in that schoolyard with the bitchiness and the competitiveness and this group's better than this group and that, and it's like I want to wave my hands of all that stuff these days. So and just do what I do. And that's why part of my logoing, I've dropped the psychic medium, because I am who I am. That's just something that I have the ability to do.
Exactly.
So I hope that helps.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
I agree with you completely there, because we just need to be our uniqueness in ourselves. Exactly.
Structures for the last decade. Now it's about going with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like this of what Sharon's put up as far as confirming that, Facebook making changes again. It certainly is that even in the bigger companies that they are chasing each other's tails because of competition, and it just doesn't work because it gets people frustrated and moving away from what is changing too often, and all the things around that. I love being here on Facebook, but it's I was going to say one of those naughty words again. It's frustrating.
Yeah,
because it changes so much.
Yeah. And that's the thing. One person makes change, others follow, sort of thing. No matter if we're with big companies like Facebook and Be Live and all that stuff. Like obviously, with Facebook makes change, Be Live's going to change to be able
StreamYard and all the others of those that hook into it, and ManyChat, and which is why I sort of mentioned that, because of the chatbot stuff I'm about to move into it at some point. Websites, all sorts of stuff. We're in a very busy world.
This is where we're being pushed, though. This is what we need.
Yeah.
Sort of
Thank you, ladies. Yes, time to look after ourselves, and that is what we need to be doing. That's a great message for everyone. So Amy has put here that she was on the wrong page too. So love some guidance on where you see my relationship heading in, please, and whether my dad has any messages for me. Well, it's going to be one or the other. So because relationship first, it's what it's going to be.
Relationship, and it's funny. I just dropped 2 cards. So, honey, you're getting 3 cards.
Oh, good ones too. Yeah.
Do you want to take that one, Ross?
Aren't they? Look, seeing the speak up, I really do feel that with Bear there and the stalks, stalks are about nesting, rehoming, reorganising and doing all of that. And there is work behind what Bear does. So it's really about knuckling down, getting into communicating, speak up about what you want, what changes you're wanting to make. But it is about settling in and creating that stability that the nest of the stalk actually indicates. So that's what I've got for you. So as far as the relationship goes, you really need to be, it's feeling steady, but there needs to be some of the work in it of speaking up and communicating about it. What do you
voice, honey?
And work it. You do work it. So
totally agree.
So where are we up to? Amy's there. So Nita was saying a thank you. And Sue's saying hello, even though we're nearly at the end of our time. Oh, I just got time on the computer. We are at the end of our timeline. So I'm thinking as I'm going through these, can we have a card? One lucky last one. There's one. Although Kate was first before Sue even. Sorry, Sue. There you go. We've got.
Do one each.
We've got one for Holly too. You do Holly, and I'll do Paige. And sorry, anyone after that's going to miss out today.
Okay.
It's sad, but that's
all
it.
Right. Holly, the number 9, celebration of something coming to an end. So to me, I feel like you're moving into a new energy at the moment. All right. So it does feel positive. I also want to say give gratitude with this. So to me, it's the feeling of celebration, giving gratitude, and moving forward. Okay. So
wonderful. Thanks for that, Leanne. And we've got Paige who'd love some guidance. So I have sort of shuffled the cards. I'll do that now again because I cleared them. And what we've got is engaging higher reason. So I'll put me on solo with this one since you're the completion of our session today, besides a little promo I'm going to do in a minute. Engage the higher reason. So it's stepping into your own intuitive senses, stepping into that heart space so that you can actually really connect with what is your soul center, that heart center. We give all this stuff words. What I'm actually feeling is that's what you need to be doing, is feeling into it, not letting the words try to make reason out of it, even though it's saying engage higher reason. I'm suggesting that you probably need to actually get right into the feeling of it and how it's connecting with you at that even deeper level so that it brings out what is the reason for being in whatever it is that's going to be discovered by dropping into that space. I know it sounds a bit convoluted, but that's the message that I'm getting from that for you. So Thank you, everyone, for being here. I can see that there is still some messages there, but we'll have to leave it there. And what I do need to actually just bring in for myself.
Just to that, Ros, Amy,
Yep.
go back and watch the replay, honey. The 2 cards that fell out. I think it was the bear and stalk.
It's more, yeah. Amy Platt that's there. I'm just looking at the last few comments that are there. Yeah. What I've got on tonight, because I am bringing a couple of things forward myself, is this is a weekly. I'm starting it tonight, and I'm just going to drop that branding for the moment because it's a bit distracting.
Just cross that.
Is a weekly session on a Tuesday night. I've got 4 planned at the moment. They are scheduled as the 7th, 14th, 21st, 28th on my website, the Hypnosis Plus. And it is just looking at the Lenormand decks, not specifically the one that we use. Okay, now I'll take that off solo and we'll share. Is there a way of doing it that way? What's it turn up like? Oh, doesn't turn it up the way I wanted. But anyway, there we go. It's a pretty layout.
Hello down there.
Yeah, on my actual Facebook page, the Ros Boundy one, you'll see the shop now. It will come up as a product there in the front page of the services, or I think I posted a pinned post this morning that actually has it to click through to the actual booking site. You can pay for all 4 if you want to at once, or you can do them one at a time each week. It just depends how you want to do it. It's not going to be a set agenda type course thing. It's just because I like doing things in the flow, it will be looking at Lenormand anything. So I'll be doing some research today to present for tonight. And it's not necessarily this deck that we love using. It can be anything to do with Lenormand or Lenormand, because I find it an exciting and easy to use system of reading for divination or just personal guidance. It just depends. So I'm going to be doing that tonight. So if you'd like to join in, do pay for that before tonight, because it'll only be those who have paid that can come into the Zoom meeting. And I have set it at a limit of 10 because I'd like it to be that more personal level of interaction. Okay. So I don't want hundreds joining in to totally lose, what's happening here, that type of thing. So that's what I'm planning. And I'll just do it on the solo once more so you can see it like that. So come to the end and you'll see that detail. My Facebook page is there. Pretty easy to follow it up. Now, what have you got coming ahead for you?
Oh, what have I got coming up? Well, we've got tomorrow night's show. So if you would like to join in and actually have personal readings done in that, you need to jump into the yearly membership to do that, because we will be broadcasting those readings to Facebook, but I am focusing those Wednesday night readings now on those that jump into my membership. So that's $55 a year. You get lots and lots of value in that besides the Wednesday night lives. You get product specials. You get meditations in there that you can listen to at any time, members' blogs, stock. But I think I said that, didn't I? Discounts on stock and workshops and all that sort of stuff. So there's lots and lots of value inside of that. You just need to jump over to leannewinston.com/become a member, pay your subscription, and you will get the links to the Wednesday night lives. So that's tomorrow night.
We should have your link in there somewhere, but we haven't.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, beautiful. You can jump onto my Facebook page. There is some information in there. It is an early bird sale of $55, so the price will be going up down the track a little bit, but at the moment, because it's only new, I am offering it as an early bird special. I know the members that are already in there. Roz is one of them. There's been a few jump in already, and they're going, Leanne, you're crazy for charging these prices. You need to be charging a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's not about the money. I just want to bring all these beautiful souls together in that way. We've got the 14-day challenge running at the moment. It's not too late to jump into that, even though we are in day 7. If you decide you want to take that up, please jump in and just do one day at a time. That information will come out to you every day in your emails as well. Lots and lots going on in the background, changing platforms, branding, websites, all that stuff as well. So excellent, Sue. Look forward to it was absolutely beautiful. I loved last Wednesday night. We had 4 members jump in, and all of you got readings, and the messages that came through were just I felt were quite strong. Sort of very needed at the time. So
I can vouch for that. Yes. So thank you for that and sharing what you've got coming up. So keep your eyes out, peoples, for offers from both of us and others who are even on the mytimetv.live channel, because we will be having various presenters coming forward. There may be some new ones soon. We'll hear all of that information, keeping an eye on the channel. So please do that and spread around that there is variety, and that when we're live, remember to do the notifications thingy. That's where I can't quite remember where that is.
That's it. I think it's when you open the screen up bigger, you can go into the top and hit notifications. But just a reminder, if you are some people today have commented they're watching from different pages, being on the wrong page to be able to comment. If you haven't been here on My Time TV, do remember to hit the like button if you haven't already done it. Like Roz said, we've got more and more presenters coming on. Adair's doing an amazing job at building this channel up. And it doesn't just go here to Australia, it goes worldwide across a lot of different platforms.
Yes, it does. So it's great breadth in what we're doing, because we do need to be reminded at times that we're not just insular little communities. We are part of a global network these days, and that's not just on the physical level of how we're broadcasting. It's also on that spiritual soul level of who we are as humanity and how we do connect. So I like that reminder of that breadth of how big it actually is. And it starts with us as the one.
Ross, question for you, hun. If somebody has a business and they would love to do a show like this on My Time TV, are you open to producing shows for people that are confident behind the screen?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that is something that I'm quite able to, because we've been doing them now for a fair while. So the actual production, it might seem fairly easy for me, where others, it's not always. It just needs the holding hand until you feel confident enough to run your own as self-produced. But certainly it's a way of being able to get on the live streaming platforms by you come in as a guest, but it's still your show, and or whoever you connect with that does similar things. It would be that I'd run the background stuff, like the bear or the duck. I'd be doing that work while you're actually presenting as do the show with your guests.
That's it. And keep in mind that it's not just about the spiritual side, the readings and stuff like that. I know Adair is looking for people like maybe a gardening show, a cooking show, sewing, whatever. It's what we are doing here in the background is Roz is in control of all the comments that come up, moving the screens around and stuff like that. So all you would have to sit back and do is sit in your genius zone and talk about your work.
I mean, with that sort of thing, yes, there is small fees to see, because it's not something that's a freebie, being producing shows, but it's not expensive either. It's actually a very good way to test the waters for yourself, whether it's something that you want to continue without going into the full cost of buying the license for a Be Live subscription or something else under your own steam. Test it out with someone else first that's able to do the producing side of it. So, yeah, I'm very happy to put my hand up with that because I love doing the live streams. So, and I do. So anything, and it's surprising how much that you as a person, and this I'm talking to anyone out there who has that even inkling of an interest to try it out, it's surprising how much that you may know that others don't. And even on that small level of what your knowledge is, to present it as a live stream, you'll be very surprised at how much others will respond with that questioning. Oh, didn't know you can do that. Didn't know you could do that, and actually become that show that might blossom and grow to something really big for you. So, yeah.
And another option you do have if you want to try it out is myself, Ros, and Adair run a 2-monthly online expo where we go live for 6 hours. And next one is the first Sunday of August. I can't remember the date.
2nd of August.
You've got a good memory, Ros.
Yeah, what the fun things.
That's it. And we do sell spots to, we call it stall holders, because we've taken the physical one on the online version, and for a small fee you can actually come on and advertise your business and your services in this sort of structure as well. So,
and that's fun.
It is.
We've had fun with that.
Oh, definitely.
It's really good.
6 hours spending with two of my favourite people was incredible.
It is, and it's good fun. Loved it. Both times we've done it now, and looking forward to the third.
Oh, that's
great stuff. Yes.
So
thank you, everyone, for being here, and even for our little bit of a promotional at the end. Look, if we don't have people sharing like we do out and into that wider space of what is Facebook and even beyond, because with that, what's it called? I'm trying to think what the avenue is that we use, doesn't matter. That it really is that communication and doing what we do in our networking in whatever way that we can, that we actually grow and have people become aware of what's available, what's around. So continue on with it, and we love that you do that for us as well. Thank you. We do need to go though.
Yes, I've got work to do.
Yes, yeah. I've got one to prepare for tonight too. But that's a Zoom, not a live stream onto Facebook. That is going to stay as a Zoom meeting, only those that come in on it. So at this point anyway. So thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Leanne, for being part of the show. I just love our Tuesdays.
So do I look forward to it. I got excited last night thinking, oh, yes, it's tomorrow morning with Ros.
Yes. Great. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow, next week. Be the best persons that you can be in all ways and avenues. So,
and breathe.
Yes. Thank you.